The Fattoria dei Barbi is the third estate that the Colombinis have owned in Montalcino. The first was the Castello di Poggio alle Mura, which Tommaso Colombini built in 1352. Then, in 1500, we had an estate that was known as the Torre di Argiano, and then we owned land at Fiore, which we still hold. Ever since 1790, we've owned the lands that today make up the core of the Fattoria dei Barbi. These lands came to us through inheritance and purchases made by the Padelletti, Tamanti, and Clementi families. In 1997, I added to our holdings a new estate in Scansano, the great new frontier for Tuscan wine production. The Colombini properties in Montalcino have changed much over the centuries. Today, more than 20 Brunello producers, including several famous labels, own lands that were once ours. Today, the Fattoria dei Barbi is composed of 3 estates. The northernmost is Poggiolandi, set upon a marl hill that looks toward Siena on one side and toward Montalcino on the other. It is set in a beautiful position that overlooks the plain of the river Ombrone, some 250 meters above sea level. The Sangiovese grapes of this terrain are powerful and rich in sugar, and they are the first to ripen. The other farm of that estate is Poggitoia, where we have the oldest extant vineyard in Montalcino, planted in 1935 by my grandfather, Giovanni Colombini. With its layout of 10,000 plants per hectare, more recently reduced to 5,000, it was a startlingly modern system. The second estate is the Fattoria dei Barbi, situated on the southeast boundary of Montalcino. Built around a medieval tower, it is a small hamlet that has been inhabited since Etruscan times, along the ancient road that led from the inland out to the sea. Along the river Asso at the southern edge of our property, there still stand the foundations of an ancient Roman bridge and of a medieval bridge. The Fattoria dei Barbi was the family's country villa. Lying at the center of the property, it gave its name to the farm, but it was too far from Montalcino. That's why, at the end of the 1800s, my ancestors decided it would be more convenient to move to Podernuovi, the place where you are now. On the Barbi estate there is also the Molino del Fiore, a medieval watermill that was documented as far back as the 8th century, as well as the Podere Fiore. We have paid taxes for vineyards here since the 16th century. From the house's arched veranda, you can see San Quirico and the old road that leads from Torrenieri to the Abbey of Sant'Antimo. The Sangiovese grapes grown there are the most elegant and well-structured, with a characteristic cherry flavor. The third estate is that of Podernuovi, where our cellars and company offices are housed. For the past 120 years, this has been our family villa, and home to the cellars and to the traditional workspaces where our farm products are produced. It is here that milk from our own sheep is turned into fresh and mature cheese, or ricotta, all in strict adherence to age-old local recipes. Here, the meat from our own pigs becomes prosciutto, dried sausages, capocollo, finocchiona, and other traditional meat products which you can purchase in our own shops. 70 kilometers from here, heading toward the sea, there's the Fattoria del Vivaio dei Barbi, our most recent acquisition, part of the Colombini family holding since 1997. It's a beautiful sand and pebble hill that looks out toward the Argentario and commands a view of the islands of the Tuscan archipelago. Here, our Sangiovese vineyards produce wines that are rich in structure and alcohol content, but are soft, elegant, and fragrant. These are our lands and these our vineyards, to produce the wines aging in the casks that surround you. So many wines, all united by a single element, our Tuscanness, and Sangiovese, the wondrous varietal which expresses its true grandeur only when grown in these lands.